5 senses. Sometimes when we're feeling really overwhelmed, overstimulated, when we just need a moment to come back into our own world, we might want to just notice our 5 senses. And I find this really helpful. We can transport it anywhere. You can do it when you're overthinking in bed. You can do it when you're on the bus. You could do it when you're on your lunch break. You could sneak off to the toilets at work and go and do it. But just having a moment to notice our 5 senses. And so if you can, closing your eyes for this practice. And if you feel you can't close your eyes, maybe you're in an office, maybe you're in public, then you might just gently soften your focus and look at the floor or the table or something in front of you. So I'm going to close my eyes for this practice. And we're going to start by noticing our sense of touch. So you might want to scan through your body from your feet upwards, noticing sensations of things touching the skin, like shoes, socks, the floor, and sensations of temperature. And then travelling up the legs, noticing our clothes touching our skin, the weight of our hands in our lap, noticing our bum in the chair. And if you can, just giving into gravity a little bit more, allowing those legs to sink down. And then the tummy and our chest, often places where we hold all of our emotions, just noticing what's there without judgment, with kindness. And the shoulders, so you can drop the shoulders away from the ears a little bit. We make our body look and feel like it's relaxed. Sometimes we can trick our brain. And the arms and the hands, maybe noticing sensations of tingling in the fingertips or a pulse. Again, feeling out for texture and touch in our skin, temperature. And then our head, so our neck, the scalp, all the way around to the face, around the eyes and the jaw, all those places where we hold our little muscles really tightly. Seeing again if we can let those go a little. And feeling our body as a whole as it just sits here. Noticing again any sensations. Maybe a breeze, maybe temperature, maybe you can feel the sun on your skin. And then coming to our sense of smell. So seeing if you can smell anything. And if you can't, then try not to have judgment towards that. Trying to have almost curiosity. Isn't it interesting that our nose is always there? It's always switched on. But we can't always smell things. And then our sensation of taste. Maybe you can taste what it is that you've just smelt. Maybe you can taste what you've eaten recently. Maybe you've got something in your mouth right now. And just noticing what that taste is like. Sweet, sour, savoury. And if again you can't taste anything, if there's nothing that you can taste right now, again having curiosity towards that. Our taste buds are always there. It's really interesting that we can't always taste something. And then our sense of hearing. So just taking a really brief moment to stop and listen. Noticing what we can hear inside the room. Maybe my voice. The humming of a light or a computer. The ticking of a clock. What we can hear outside the room but in the building. And what we can hear outside the building. And if we can, try not to be judgmental again towards those sounds. Sounds can't be good or bad. They're just waves in the air. But we often assign labels to them as being good or bad. And so if you can, it's really tricky, but trying to almost just notice it like it's an instrument we've never heard before, like it's a sound we've never heard, just with curiosity. But without trying to create a story about, oh gosh, they've left that door unlocked and it's banging in the wind, or, oh, I can't believe they're leaving their engine running outside the house. Try not to put a story on it. And finally, our sense of vision. So when we're ready, we're going to open our eyes. We're going to look around the room. And when you see something that interests you, take a moment just to really look at it closely. Noticing light and shade and colour. Maybe there are areas that look smoother and areas that look more rough. You might want to turn it over in your hands to have a look at it a bit more. When you feel you've taken that in, you might want to wiggle your fingers and toes and come back into the room, back to where you were, but having had just a small reset, having had a moment to come back into the present moment, away from the thoughts of the past and the future. And when I ring my bell, we will end the meditation.